Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Unconventional Outdoorsman. Wow, I can't speak English. Welcome back to another episode of The Unconventional Outdoorsman. That's better. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite fixed blades, if not my favorite fixed blade. I'm a huge classical guy when it comes to these style of knives. So this is my Elk Ridge. It's a full tang fixed blade. It's got a nice leather holster. As you can see, I've worn it a lot. It's very worn. I got this about, I don't know, about a year ago actually. We have a set of fairs before the whole COVID time, and I picked this up down there in St. Charles, Missouri. There's a bunch of fairs and stuff they put on in the fall, and so let's go over the knife and then we'll go over the holster, and I'll tell you what I think about it. So this is, like I said, an Elk Ridge full tang fixed blade. It is one of my favorite styles of knife because it doesn't have that crappy little serrated edge there on the bottom. It's a pretty girthy knife. It's very thick. I mean, you're probably not going to ever dent this thing. If you do, I mean, you obviously are very strong. It's got a nice little walnut handle here on both sides, attached by some nice pins. You've got a hole down here in the tail end of the knife in case, for example, you're out a lot, and for example you're moving a lot, and say the buckle on this comes undone, you put a little piece of rope or paracord on this and it falls out of your holster, it'll dangle by your side and you'll be able to know. That way it doesn't just fall in the ground behind you. So it is made from stainless steel, which is really good. That means it won't rust. If it does, I mean, that's just abuse on the blade. As you can see, I've got some scratches on the blade from how much I've used it. This knife is very sharp. When I got it, it was very sharp. I mean, it sharpens extremely well. Sharpening these types of blades, especially if they curve up to the top, can be a little bit difficult if you don't know what you're doing, but if you've got a good sharpening home, which I have videos on that, so go check them out in the channel feed, probably about 3 to 4 months ago. And as you can see, a full tang blade, let me not get off track here. A full tang blade is one piece of solid metal that makes up the whole knife. So as you can see, from the tip of the blade all the way down to the tail end, it's one solid piece of metal forged. I think this is made, this is actually hand forged in China, so obviously it's not an American made blade like a SOG or something like that, but nonetheless it's a good knife. I've used this multiple times fishing. I've taken it on camping trips with me, even done a little bit of squirrel hunting when I was down in Arkansas. I've made some crossbow videos down there as well. I think I posted one yesterday. Anything with the word elk on it, I'll buy. I'm a big, as you can see, my shirt even has elk on it. I dressed up for y'all. I know it's just a t-shirt, but just something I'm a big fan of. Something I do like about this knife, I have very large hands, so a lot of the smaller knives I can't necessarily get my hands around to get a good grip. With this, the walnut is extremely smooth. I don't have to worry about any spurs or anything like that. Very good how they sanded that down and finished it. It's got a very nice, kind of like a shiny finish on it. I'll turn it a little bit and see if you can see that. It's a very, very beautiful knife. I think I bought it for like $35 or something. It was a very reasonably priced. A little vendor there had it. If I knew where you could get this, I would, tell you, but I have no idea. I'm sure if you look up Elk Ridge blades, Elk Ridge knives on the interwebs, you could probably find it. But anyways, back to my large hands. So, like I said, large hands. That's why I like a fixed blade, because I can get my hands around it better, and get a better grip for if I'm cutting, skinning an animal, or cleaning whatever I'm cleaning. So, as you can see, it's got these finger grooves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you wrap your thumb around. I personally wrap my thumb around the tip of the blade or around like that for whatever I'm doing. I wouldn't cut fishing line with this if I were you. It's going to dull your blade up really quick. But for anything you do, with if you're cutting open boxes or whittling a stick or cleaning an animal, it's going to be very good. Like I said, the blade is very girthy, so you're not going to have any problems with it, getting beat up too easily. I will say, since it does have the wood on it, you probably want to put some type of oil or wood finish or something every once in a while to make sure it stays in good shape. If you're going to have this around water a lot, if you do a lot of fishing or you live on a lake and you're on the water all the time and you carry something like this, you're going to want to maintain it and make sure the wood doesn't start to separate from the metal. I have a little bit of separation, but not bad. And that's one good thing about these pins. They are very secure, unlike like a normal Allen key or something like that you have to tighten every once in a while, like on a SOG knife or something. But yeah, very fine blade. Something I like about it, it kind of tapers from the top here down, as you can see, tapers in thickness down. So a very good blade. I think the blade itself is about 3.5, 4 inches. So if you wanted to, you could probably conceal this. If I'm a left-handed guy, as you can see, I hold everything, all my knives. I fish with my left hand, I shoot with my left hand, I write with my left hand, etc. So this is a right-handed holster, or sheath rather. So I have to wear it like this, or I can just put it on my right hip and just pull it out like that. But it's a little bit awkward. If I put it on my left hip, I can pull it out and do that whenever I need to cut something. But let's get it on to the sheath here. So it's a very nice, very good quality leather scabbard, leather sheath, whatever the hell you want to call it. Everybody's different names for that. I just call them a holster. But I don't know if this is actual elk skin. If it is, that would be awesome. But it's pretty thick. Everything, as you can see, I'm bending it. It's got some nice stitching here. I've worn it probably this year. Let me think how many days. I've probably worn this close to a month out of the year, because I always carry a knife on me, whether it's my neck knife, a pocket knife, or a fixed blade. This is one of my favorite choices because it doesn't necessarily look all tactical, and it's not very large, so people don't necessarily get intimidated by it, which really doesn't matter. You can open carry knives in the state of Missouri legally, and this is small enough that you can conceal it if you want to. It does have a buckle on the part that goes around your belt here, attached by one little metal stud there, or whatever you call it. I think it's more of like a pin or something. You've got one, well, you can't see inside the holster, but you've got one closer down here, as you can see. Then you've got one attaching this little buckle thing, and then one up here to attach that part. So very sturdy construction. Obviously, if leather gets wet, it tends to not decompose, but kind of degenerate and gets. But obviously, it's going to be stiff when you get it if you get a new one. So you're going to have to break it in. Something that I haven't had a problem with this, with pulling it out and putting it back in. It's very smooth, very easy to draw. Certain leather holsters aren't always like that. I like this buckle on here though. It's a pretty good quality buckle. I mean, for $35, it's going to stay in place no matter what. I mean, you can run around, you can shake it around. I mean, as you can see, I'm violently shaking this all around. It's not even coming undone, but it's very simply just boom, pull your knife out. And yeah, so it's kind of like a tanned leather, nothing too dark. I've gone over that $20 fixed blade that I got about a month and a half ago. And obviously, it's definitely not as good quality leather. As you can see, it's kind of got this soft leather with more of like a, if you have like a rabbit fur or something where you skin an animal, it's kind of like the inside of that. So I don't know if it's an elk skin or whatever. I'm assuming it's probably just cow skin, normal leather stuff you'll find. But yeah, good quality construction. Haven't had too many problems. If you get moisture in this, I would try to dry this out however you can. If you're camping or something, leave it out. Take the knife out. Dry the blade off, oil it a little bit, and put a little bit of oil in there to help with that. Something I've noticed with this, it is very sharp, and sometimes with leather holsters you have to worry about it cutting the sheath open. With this one, I haven't had that problem. I know certain fabric holsters do that a lot. But yeah, that is probably my favorite fixed blade. It's a very retro-looking knife, something you might see in like an old Western, or just something if you're camping a lot, if you're in the outdoors a lot, if you're a rancher, something you might carry as an EDC. Here in Missouri, you can do that legally. I don't know about where you live, but it's an awesome knife. So that is my Elk Ridge. See if you can get a picture of that beautiful bull elk there. So yeah, that is my Elk Ridge blade, fixed blade, full tang. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Please do me a huge favor and smash that subscribe button if you haven't. And click the notification bell. That way you know every time I post a new video here on the channel. Love to get to 100 subscribers by the end of August. If you guys want to help me out with that, again, click the subscribe button, and I will see you beautiful people next time.